Oh, Tina Marie.
All right, we live. All right, DJ J Rock, got DJ B Love here. This is our Empower DJs Network online meeting. Um, we're going to be getting started in another 5 minutes or so. We're going to give the other panelists time to hop on. Right now, we got cool DJ Dre on the call and DJ B Love sitting to my right, your left.
Chilling in the background.
He'll be on cam in a minute. Yeah, Dre.
Yo.
The agenda for today, we're gonna do an introduction.
Okay.
Talk about the new website, and then we're gonna get into our topic for today.
Okay. Okay. Sound good to me. That sound good. That sound good. So those two topics that I saw in the group, those are the only two topics. Those are the only concerns.
Yeah, we're gonna do challenges we face as DJs.
Okay, good.
And the other topic that we want to get into with the school dances, that's going to be kind of a separate, dedicated thing just for that.
Okay, sounds good.
I got some ideas about how we can do that.
I'm waiting on. Hey, I got some power jams, not power jams. I got some Empower shirts coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, I had matter of fact, I got a few, and I'm just gonna use them for testers, and I'm gonna, show them to everybody and see if they like them.
Okay.
If they like them, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just get a couple of bundles.
All right, that'll work.
Yeah.
Get my keys in my pocket. Okay. And just like a pinball shake.
For me real quick. All right, we got DJ DK just hopped on the call.
DK and Heezy.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you're loud and clear.
Cool.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh man.
Right.
You look like you were running from the police.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm driving, man. I'm driving. Yeah, I'm driving.
DJ K Solo just hopped on.
Yeah, I'm driving.
How you doing, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, man, if I lose y'all, man, I'm gonna come right back.
All right, not a problem, man.
Yeah.
Swap out something real quick for the live meeting. Minor technical difficulties, but nothing we can't fix in like 2 minutes.
What's going on, fellas?
What up? What up?
Chilling.
How you doing? What's going on, First Lady?
Chilling. Lesson planning while we talking.
I feel you.
I hit refresh.
Oh.
All right, well, we got the meeting is live on the page, so everybody should be able to hop in and see us now. Yeah, so with the agenda for today, we have the introduction. We're going to talk about the new website and talk about challenges we face as as DJs, and so we give it like 2 more minutes. We got people inboxing me now, trying to get on. DJ Rudy.
Them little kids, like.
When you're carrying drugs across the border, the idea is to remain calm. The trick is to imagine everything.
See, I told you Dre was up to no good.
The fact that you're going to jail for a very long time.
Oh man, they almost cleaned up half the inventory. They had fights all the way across there.
All right, we're gonna do we can take we give another minute or so, and we'll go ahead and get this party started.
You need a little girl bike. You need like a little kitty bike.
All right, what's up? What's up, everybody? We're gonna go ahead and get this meeting started. We're gonna go ahead and start with introductions. We're gonna go from left to right on my screen, and I want to remind everybody to mute your audio until you're ready to talk. That way, we can have it be as few distractions as possible, so we can go ahead and try to stick to our hour of time that we have allotted. First up with the introductions, DJ Be Quiet.
Oh man, you got a cute little bike. Police bike.
All right, be quiet. Hey, cool DJ Dre, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic for a sec? All right, be quiet. Can you introduce yourself?
What's up, folks? This is DJ Be Quiet, aka Andrea Sims, from repping from the Midwest here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'd like to welcome everybody to the group of you newcomers. I'm gonna just leave it at that right now.
All right. All right, we got next up DJ Cook out of VA.
Yo, what up? I'm DJ Cook of VA.
And you want to tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, man. Been in the game for quite some time. One of, I guess, true lover of music. You know, that's pretty much. Pretty much the size of it. You know, even been in the game. You know, what 26, 27 years. It's still always something to learn. It's just like I guess technology never stop changing.
Exactly. All right, next up, we got DJ K Solo.
What's going on, everybody? This is K Solo, Kevin Sanders. Right now, I just left Korea not too long ago, out there with DJ iDub. Me and him had a little thing going on. We was always sticking together. So now I'm in the Midwest, out here with Be Quiet, out here in Colorado. I'm still waiting on all my equipment to come in, so I feel kind of lonely sitting in this room. That's why you see this white wall back here. So I'm trying to get everything set up, everything looking good. So I'm getting back into the game. I've been in for like 15 years, so I'm still, just getting really back active at it. So anything you need, just hit me up. If I got it, you can get it.
All right, appreciate that, man. Welcome to the call. All right, next up, we got DJ Rule.
Hey everybody, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hold on 1 second. I got some I got something messed up here. Hold on. I'm gonna mute mine. Y'all come back to me. I'm gonna fix this technical issue I got here.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got DJ DK.
Well, what's up, good people? DJ DK, Dark Kent, Ronald Choo Choo Mason. I'm out of Round Rock, Texas. I'm a blend DJ, radio personality, all around good dude. So you know how we get down. Empower.
That's what it is. Next up, we got DJ Rudy.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. Hey, what's going on? This is Rudy. I'm coming at y'all from Northern Virginia. Been out of the game for a good little while. When I went in the military, I stopped and just getting back into it. Started last year, you know. So just want to say what's going on there, everybody.
All right. Welcome to the meeting. Next up, we got Cool DJ Dre. Dre might be having technical difficulties, so we're going to move over to DJ B Love.
Good evening, everyone. DJ B Love. We're here in the, I guess, Baltimore, Annapolis area, together with the Power Jams DJs and your favorite admins for Empower DJ Network.
She be wildin'. All right, we're going to get started with today's agenda. For any member that may have stepped away from Empower DJs for over the last 7 to 10 days, you may not be aware that Empower DJs has a brand new website now, mPowerDJs.com.
And your favorite admins.
Can I get you to mute your audio if you're not talking? There's a lot of echo coming through. And so we got the new website, mPowerDJs.com. That's where all the meetings will be broadcast live from now. Also, all meetings will be archived there, as well as the 24-hour internet radio network that will have live shows and some pre-mix shows. The live shows and the pre-mix shows actually started this week. The station has been up for a week now in testing, and we've been averaging a steady stream of listeners. And I would just like to reach out to all the Empower DJ members. You know, the website, the radio network, the videos, all of that is for all the members. There is no fee for the website. You know, it's free to get on. There never going to be any monthly dues or anything. DJ B Love and I, Power Jam DJs, you know, covering all the costs of that. So don't worry about any of that. We just want all the members to really take advantage of the resource. You know, take advantage of the site, submit your mixes. And also, there's an about page up there, and what we would like to do for every DJ that submit mixes, we want to have their a link to their website and a link, you know, their name and everything listed there. And so let's make sure you guys can get us, you know, everything. I want to shout out to everybody that's tuned in via the website right now. Feel free to go to the Empower DJs website and on either page, the radio page or the live medium page, there's a chat box there, and you could talk to the people that's watching us from YouTube. So what's up to DJ Pink Vinyl, DJ Reds, DJ Boy 2263. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Oh, wait, may I just address really quickly what we were just saying with the website?
Yes.
Okay, so for those of you that were here and a part of Empower from the very beginning, a few of us had participated in some conversation about business development and things of that nature. So I want just to remind everyone that was participating in those conversations that the website is a free tool to grow your business. Enjoy it. Okay?
Yeah, and also with the website, if you have a YouTube, for all Empower Facebook group members, if you have a YouTube channel, be sure to send me a link to your YouTube channel and any videos that you want to be shown on the Empower website. Right now we got about 20 videos that's linked in to the Empower site, and so we just want everybody to be able to use the website to showcase their business, to showcase their skills, and just give us a tool outside of Facebook that we can use to communicate and to grow. For everybody that's tuning in via the live feed on the website, if you have any questions during this meeting, feel free to ask your questions in the chat box. I got a window open, and I will be responding to questions.
Let's get whatever questions they may have now.
I was about to go there.
Okay.
And for I got a backseat driver here.
It's a married people thing. You married people know.
All right, for the panelists, you guys have any questions about the website? Any concerns we can address? Anything of a sensitive nature, we'll take offline. But general questions we could talk about now. Features, functionality, stuff like that.
I just had a question about the live shows. Is it set up for live broadcasting?
Yes, it's set up for live broadcasting now, and also we created a live video channel as well. That way, we can simulcast the audio to tune in into the mobile players, and also have the audio and the video going to the website. And I got the setup instructions for all of that. And so I want to work with everybody that want to do a live show. I'll work with you. I guess we can do a separate call to get that stuff set up. Okay. We can walk everybody through it and test one at a time. Because the goal is, with mPowerDJs having a global presence. Wow, we have a global presence.
Sounds so beautiful, don't you agree?
It would be nice to have live shows 7 days a week, broadcasting from all over the globe. You know what I'm saying? We have a central calendar that we can plug people into time slots, and so as soon as possible, like starting tomorrow, Thursday, we can start setting people up for the live broadcast. Cool. And so I just want to remind all the Empower DJs that this is a resource, a tool that's available now. Don't be afraid to record a mix and submit it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be Jazzy Jeff or DJ Scratch. Just do the best you can do. And it's like, because if you're out taking gigs, you deserve to have your music being played. This site is for working DJs, and all of you, in my opinion, are excellent at what you do. And you're definitely trying to take your stuff to the next level, and so.
So please enjoy the tool. Please do. Please submit a mix. Please accept the invitation.
And how long?
I'll drink to that.
And if we submit a mix, is it a time length on the mix, like an hour, 30 minutes? Hello?
It was kind of breaking up there, but I think your question was if a DJ submit a mix, how long can it be? For programming purposes, we want to say a minimum of 15 minutes. And so I want to do 15, 30, 60, and 120 minutes.
Okay.
So 15 minute, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 120. It
Okay.
just makes it easier on my end to program.
Gotcha.
And as far as those mixes goes, from 7 a.m. Through about 1 in the morning, if you submit a mix, the way we have the system set up, we can pretty much, once that mix is finished uploading, I can get it on air within 2 minutes. Before you even type to say, hey, I just hit the mix could be start playing. And we've already tested that with DJ Jam is on. He was amazed at how fast the uploads take. Yeah. And for my folks that's tuning in via YouTube, from the Empower website, right now your camera won't work on the call, but I can definitely get you scheduled to be on a panel. So it's only the panel members who show up, and for the different topics, we had different panelists and special guests. Any more questions about the website or the radio network?
I have one.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone that is either on the panel or in the chat box now feeling a burning desire to do a mix or to do a live show? People may be more familiar with it this way. Is there one? Is there one? Won't you come? Won't you come to the Empower altar and lay your funky grooves down? Is there one? I don't think they hear me. Can I get the choir going? Is the choir in the house?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Can I get an amen? Can I get a hallelujah? Who gonna be the first to write that check on that tithe, and get on to submit something? Who with me? Who with me?
Amen.
It's all right. I know y'all shy. That's how I go down.
I'm gonna get you another one.
It really is an invitation, and it would be wonderful to share it with the people. It would be wonderful to share it with the people that we have the most close professional associations with. I would prefer to do it that way. So anyone who feels the want, we would be willing.
All right. Moving on to the next agenda item, challenges we face as DJs. In my hour doing gigs and talking and networking with other DJs, we see that we all kind of face similar challenges, and just want to start some discussions on, what are those challenges and how you guys deal with them. Like, I guess we could start with vendors. I know we have our favorite vendors, but recently we had an issue with a vendor where we had a defective product, and we went to take that product back, and I pretty much had to call my salesperson on the phone and say, hey, I'm at the store. They want to change this light. It's 2 days old. And so we wasn't too happy about that, because what should have taken a few minutes actually took way longer. And so anybody on the panel want to share their experiences?
All right, DJ IW. Nobody else is going to share. I finally made it in the meeting. Sorry, guys. I'm in the hospital. My wife's getting her surgery done.
Oh,
is she's well? I mean,
yeah, she's doing good. She's doing good.
Yeah.
But the only bad experience I've ever had, the hardest thing I ever had as a DJ, is the fact that it's like having clients that didn't want to pay. That's the only problem I've ever had. But that's why you have to set up in advance, like your contracts, and get your deposits and stuff in. Because if not, there's guys out there that'll hire you for their service and then try to duck out before the event is done and try to not pay you at all. So I don't like chasing people around. So it's their job to actually pay me straightforward. instead of me having to hunt them down. That's the only problem I've ever had to face, though.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. We kind of learned early on that we needed to be more aggressive with our contracts and collecting the money. And so one thing that Power Jams DJ instituted to combat that issue was one, every gig, regardless if it was a family member, a friend, an aunt, an uncle, we require a 50% deposit.
Cue Rihanna right now. Not the video with the girls in the trunk, but the other video.
Have my money. That's right.
Hey, cue that Joker slam up. I got the gold wig on, and not the chair. I ain't doing all that, but I'm just saying in general. That's how we are about it. Only because there have been times when people have been really nice. They've been nice. They've been personable. They appear to be quite professional and all that good stuff. The gig goes off without a hitch. It's getting to the end of the night, and it's looking real scarce in terms of the person who was supposed to meet their end of the bargain. So I just felt like, dang, we showed up and we provided a good service. No one was unhappy. Everyone was safe. Everybody was grooving. So it seemed like it shouldn't be a problem. Like the little boy with leukemia that you raising money for, that you just now telling me about, I'm gonna have to table that emotion and go ahead and get this bread first.
Mm-hmm. Another issue that we faced in the realm of working with clients is that we were booked to do a birthday party, a free birthday party, and we got there, they was charging an admission to get in.
So why couldn't they pay y'all?
Oh, this is a separate gig. They contracted us and paid us to do a birthday party. We got there, it was a cabaret.
Oh.
Cabaret has a different fee than a free birthday party does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
And so
how you supposed to gig with your face tight? Ooh, we was tight in the face. We had to keep, because sometimes you forget that it might, like, even though people might not be dancing, that they still are paying attention to you as the entertainer. So every now and then we would have to nudge each other like, whoa, 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 don't be quite that tight in the face. Hot, but we don't want it to show like that on the off chance that we book a gig from a guest in the room. We don't want it to be like, dang, they sounded great, but they was mean mugging us the whole time. I don't know if she could do Grandma Mildred 80th birthday party.
Yeah. I had a situation a couple weeks back at an event where I had to catch myself. I had a situation with somebody coming up making a request, and they kind of got under my skin. And I had to catch myself and be like, okay, wait a minute, because I got into that zone where I was focused and I was pissed about what I just went through with them, and I had to grab myself like, wait a minute, you're on stage, and people are watching. So I think it's important that we somehow always keep that professionalism. Never let anybody take advantage of you, of course, but definitely keep in mind that people are watching you.
Yeah, and so, but the lesson learned there was we updated the language on our contract, and basically that contract now states that if we get there and the event is not that birthday party but a cabaret, the contract is void. And so, we've had situations where we was booked a DJ in, for example, Annapolis, and they moved the party to Northern Virginia.
Okay.
But we found.
He didn't call you?
That's.
Yeah, no. No, you didn't.
Logistically, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Annapolis is 15-minute drive. Northern Virginia, we're looking at an hour and a half with good traffic.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna chime in and say that one of the issues that I've had was or is legal issues when it comes to clients and when it comes to uh, uh, your my craft as far as my expansion as far as moving forward and moving into a different level every year. I look at myself, I assess myself every year, and then I look back and say, well, what's my goals this year, and I try to achieve those. So I'm kind of slingshotting myself every year, at one after the other. So and if I have to take a step back, then I just kind of reassess. Right around the I do a reassessment. Or I do an assessment like was it quarterly, every 3 months, 3, 6, 9, 12, yeah, every 3 months, and every 3 months or so, and then I keep my eye on the prize. Outside of that, one of the things I find as far as, and I think this is true for everybody, is inventory. You always want to. Some people want to stay with the technology wave, and that's fine to see what's out to keep up with get the nice Corvette versus the smart car. I started off with what was it, a Vestax VCI 300, and now I have a NS7. I may think about upgrading to another controller, but for now, I mean, I have two controllers. I mean, and one is just for backup, but outside of that, I've seen where when I first started, I had a 2006 Impala, and I would go to a gig, and I had a B52. I had a B52 system, and I would literally have to scoot my seats up and put that B52 in the back seat, and then scoot it back so it wouldn't move anywhere. And then once I got all that stuff loaded up, I would have to come back and then get my lighting equipment, and then I would have to scoot the seats up and pull one seat down and so on and so forth in this Impala. And it was like everything else is history. So it was like multiple trips there and back. Today, I have a GMC, I have a 4-door truck, I have a 6x12 enclosed trailer, and I have maybe 300% more inventory than I have now, and I still have the same issues. So as far as expansion, so it's something that I found that it's always going to be and it's not necessarily just has to deal with this, lighting, but with everything that you do. I guess this is probably touching on everything that you do, but not just lighting, but just you as a DJ, where you at, where you want to be, where you at presently, and where have you come from. And, you just always want to take a look back. But those are the two things that I find has been a struggle for me with my inventory and the things that I want to buy, things that I like to see the nice things that are out there, the nice bright shiny things. I get there, my eyes are bigger than my wallet, and of course I want to stay in touch with the technology, but sometimes you got to settle back and settle down and say, hey, just stay where I'm at right now and just keep blessing myself on the level that I'm at, and just hopefully when things keep going and with the love of my craft, the fruits of my effort should pay off, and within a year, or two, or however many long that you set yourself, I think that I've set myself up for nothing but success. And yeah, it's hard, when you first start. You got that big pile of dishes, and you start washing. You like, ain't gonna never get done. Ain't gonna never get through. But I do attribute I do attribute a large part of my success to simply just being patient. I think since I've been on here, I've probably seen 6 people buy brand new controllers and turntables, and I've sat back and just been like, damn, I want to get that. And they doing the unboxing, and I get off the phone, and 3 o'clock in the morning I roll over like, assholes. And I'm like, I'm upset. And I'm like, damn, he did that unboxing and he killed it. Ooh, Dre got this, and Jimmy got this, and they got these brand new these vinyl covers and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm rolling over at 2:30 in the morning. I may roll over and be like, bastards. And and I'm like, I gotta settle myself. So I just gotta say, we'll just stick with what I'm doing. Stick with my plan. I may be at the stoplight and I may be in this hoopty and see this Corvette roll up and just be and turn and look and keep my eyes straight forward and just be like my fingers get all tight from gripping the steering wheel. You know what I'm saying? So I want to think. You know what I'm saying? I see all this new technology. I see all this new stuff. The Envy. Somebody got the Envy and somebody got a lot of stuff, these wireless lights. I'm just like, bring it down. Let me bring it down.
Wait. Can I just say one thing real quick? Just know this. You posted a picture in the group, and you had a young DJ feeling like I went and put on. I got my what I call my Jay-Z empowerment music, my playlist. The music that you do your push-ups to and you jog and you get your man. I saw that picture. I had to go ahead and put my little playlist on and try to build that chest up. I was like, them up fights, that trust. Oh my God. So just know, while you over there doing your thing, I'm over here doing my thing. So they say wherever 2 or more people be focused on something, then it could blow up. So I'm going to focus on me, you focus on you, and keep that positive energy going, then we can be bigging each other up like, yeah, you got that,
I want to interject one thing. I have a secret, be quiet. With the NS73, I got a call. Hey,
That's the secret right there, you got a call.
When they announced the NS73, I said, yeah, I want that. I can't do this. Sorry, Daddy on duty. With the NS73, that kind of just happened. All the stars was aligned. My homie called me, said he had one in stock. And so I said, you know what, I don't want that thing. So I passed it on to somebody else I knew. And 2 days later, I said, you know what? I wonder if I sell my NS72, how much I could get for it. And so I picked this really high price, thinking that nobody would ever buy it, and I sold it. And so pretty much we got the NS73 for probably, I would say like $125 out of pocket after the discounts. Mm-hmm. So it's like, sometimes you just got to step out there and let's try some stuff.
He's right.
And just like, with the Newmark MV, we got that last weekend and we wasn't going to get it. But my man called me and said, hey, they got a mail-in rebate, $100. And so I said, well, how much of a discount can I get? So he gave me a good number. Then I started doing the math, had to get it. But it just boils down to what makes sense for your business. For us, everything we buy is strategic. The NS7, we love the DJ on that. It's just hella fun. The NV is more of a strategic move, so we could do those smaller gigs. Like we've been turning down like bar stuff, and we've been turning down like just stuff where you don't want to take 1200s or NS7 into the booth might be small or whatever, and so it's more strategic. But I say to anybody that's in the business, look at your wallet, look at the level of service you want to deliver, but most importantly, look at your return on investment. Because at the end of the day, we don't buy anything that we can't make our money back fairly quick. It's like before we go buy anything,
Too many kids. That's why.
We know how long it's going to take for us to recoup that money. That's why, we're not going to buy that Pioneer DJ MS9 that I really, really, really want, because I can't justify it, because, it'll just sit in the house. We're not going to take it out and do gigs on 1200s, not in 2015. But nothing against 1200s or other DJs that use 1200s. That's just a business decision that we made. What worked for us, what we enjoy, what we want to do.
Strong backs are very important.
But it has nothing to do with,
That's a PSA.
with anybody else. Oh my God. Anybody else want to chime in?
Yeah, I want to chime in again. You're talking about taking out the DJ MS9. When it comes to the practicality of your equipment, that's a big thing that's needs to be thought of. I'm glad you said that earlier, because I was sitting there as you were talking about it. It's not really practical, because it's actually, if you're gonna go play a birthday gig, you're gonna take a scratch mixer out with you. I mean, it just really doesn't make sense. It's like the guy who goes out and has a big family, but he buys a Ferrari as his only car. You know what I'm saying? It just why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I think you're right on that one, J Rock, when you're talking about it wouldn't be good for you to take out a DJ MS9. Practicality of your equipment is very important. Like you said, look at your wallet and look at what you're going to use. What makes more sense to your gigs. So
yeah. And at the end of the day, it's about that. It's that balance between I want this, I need this, and we have 3 kids under the age of 10. So 6, 7, and 9. So I got 3 kids coming up that I'm gonna have to put through college. College savings for 3 kids starts right now. So it's no wasting money or being, just I'm trying to compete with the Joneses. I had a Facebook post the other day, and it was something like, I compete with Jimmy J. Rock Reed. That's my only competition. And what I meant by that was, it wasn't a shot or anything about any other DJ, locally or globally. It was real talk. Because if I don't compete with myself and push myself to do better and spend money smartly and be the best husband and be the best father and be the best business partner, what anybody else does is irrelevant, And so that was the rationale behind that.
Any other challenges? Because we have like 20 minutes left.
All right.
One more. Location. This is something that happened to me over the summer, and I did not recon myself. So I know y'all been doing this a long time, so y'all probably do the recon thing, and I should know better doing 20 plus years in the Army that you got to recon stuff. But I had a gig and I didn't recon it. Turns out the place I had to play was, I want to say, almost a quarter mile away from the parking lot. And I have this little cart that I can carry most of my stuff on, but speakers don't fit in there, the truss won't fit in there, stuff like that. I had to carry all of this stuff. I had to get the dude that planned the event to come help me carry all this stuff down. And by the time we got down there, I looked like I had just ran I don't know how many miles. But I mean, you gotta recon your spots. This is the only issue I've ever had, and I said this is never gonna happen to me again. So now when I find out something's going on, I go check it out. As soon as everything is signed, I go check out where this place is at, how far I gotta walk, stuff like that. Recon, very important.
I would even say situations like what you just shared, DK, has made it so it has changed my sales presentation. When I talk to people, I ask different questions. So even as much as I do the hey girl and all that kind of stuff, I still like to ask, are there a large number of stairs that we would need to access, or is there an elevator? I ask all those questions now because I'm gonna be totally honest and tell you that if I have to do a lot of stuff, moving and such, I'm probably gonna charge you a little more money. If there's any chance that I'm gonna have to pop in the bathroom and tighten them underarms and that neckline up so it don't get funky, I'm gonna charge you another couple dollars. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know what I mean? Because what if I need, Craig and them to come with me? I got
Yeah,
Craig
yeah,
and them off.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's it.
So that changed my sales presentation. It changed my contract. So when things like that happen, you like, okay, what will I do differently? This won't happen again.
That's right.
In the realm of technology and vendors, speaking of challenges we face with them, is there any more questions or comments as it relates to technology and vendors?
Yeah, I got one for you. How about, I don't know about y'all, all y'all different areas, but I know here we got like a saturation with like these what we call $50 DJs, and what happens is if you don't, it's like you gotta play, you kind of gotta be low, or but I'm not crazy low, but it's almost like if you don't, you got about 100 to 300 other DJs is ready to sit there and tell them, well, I do it for $100. And any of y'all going through anything like that?
That's everywhere, man.
Let me say something. Let me say something real quick in response to what he said about him having to walk so far. One of the things that I do, and I think I don't know if we said this on the last meeting, but one of the things that I do is I think I posted it on Facebook, or actually I posted it in. If you type up my name, DJ Be Quiet, within the Empire Network group, it may come up as one of my videos. But one of the things that I did is I created a book, a venue log. And in that venue log, I have a map of that whole facility, and I map out the whole facility where all the outlets are. And on the back of that, on the back of this map, I put out little notes. And those notes are anything about that facility that may be a problem to me or that may actually work for me. And that's something that I would encourage everybody to do. So every time that I go to and how that helps me is every time that I meet a client and they tell me, well, I'm having an event, it's venue ABC, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I had this venue right here in my book, and I always carry my book with me, and so I pull out a copy of this, what's the name, and I ask them, well, can you tell me what your setup's going to be like, and so this actually helps me what your arrangements is going to be like, so that way I know when it comes down to me getting ready to do this event at this facility, I don't even have to visit that facility because I already have it in this book. And I keep a running tab of the contact address, if there's any changes to that facility, if they have any upgrades, because sometimes venues they'll upgrade, they'll take up the carpet, or they'll do a fresh paint, coat of paint, or they'll upgrade their website, and I'll keep pictures, I'll keep photos of those facilities. I can keep that on hand with me in this book, and that book will allow me to make it easier for me to go to a venue without even ever having to visit that venue. So I know where I can set up at, I'll know where my lights can go at, I'll know what their outlets are, if there's 10, 20, 30 outlets with the breaker boxes where the exit. Those are all things that help me out going forward with dealing with the client, and that actually it works two ways. Win-win situation for client and so that's something that I encourage everybody to do. If you don't do it, you're probably killing yourself as far as keeping yourself on the outside and staying in the dark with these facilities that you visit, and especially if you repeat visit a facility more than once. You should always have that. If you know you're going to be at a facility 4 times out the year, you need to have that facility somewhere. You need to have that facility mapped out, not in your head, but on paper, so that it'll help you come time for you to visit or for you to walk into a meeting with a client. You got that already. You can slide that paper right over to them and say, here's the facility. You show me where your guys are going to be at. And like, oh, okay. So I encourage everybody to do that. Make sure you do. If you don't, I'll put it. I'll repost that video that I have so everybody can have that available if you want to check it out. So.
And Cook of VA, he in a roundabout way, he just partially answered the question that you asked. that venue book that he uses, when he uses that in front of a client, he separates himself, he differentiates himself, and he separates himself as a specialist in what he does. It's very easy for the client to give you that extra money. It is very easy for them to give you that extra money when they recognize you as an expert. So that's like a swag type of thing. And anybody that's new that doesn't understand the venue stuff, it's cool. Be Love has a workshop on it, because since I'm new and I run with a lot of people that are very much not new, I have a pretty good tip book tucked in the side, and I want to start to share some of those things so that people that are new, one, because it is a way that I differentiate myself and demonstrate my specialization, and it is also part of what I do here at Empower.
And back to Cook's question about the $50 DJs and $100 DJs, the area that we're in between Baltimore and DC, at any point in time, I could reach out and see 1,000 DJs in any of the local Facebook groups. If you add them up, and we have a lot of talented DJs. There's a lot of guys and ladies that I respect. Most of them are not $50 and $100 DJs, but there are some that do probably go out for that price. The biggest issue that we've seen in 2015 is free DJs. DJs coming in doing residencies for free, DJs doing weddings for free, trying to get experience, or I'm a DJ your wedding for free, and in return you're gonna go on Facebook and say I'm a great DJ and refer all your friends. We've been seeing that a lot, here recently. But as it relates to us, I can honestly say a $50 or $100 or a $200 DJ don't stop us, because that's not the market that we compete in. You know what I'm saying? The people that find us, the people that come for Power Jam DJs, they pretty much already seen us, heard us, saw the YouTube, or heard about us. And so, we preface the conversation with, if you're looking for a cheap DJ, we are not those DJs. Thanks for calling. If that's what you want. But if you're looking for somebody that's going to deliver outstanding service and deliver excellent value, you've come to the right folks. And that's the approach that we take. And some of the gigs we get, some we don't. But that's, at the end of the day, we base our sales goals not off the quantity of gigs. We use a dollar figure that we need to reach every year, and that's how we base our sales goals. And so, and we look at it this way: we could take 75 gigs in a year and reach our sales goals, or we could take 35 gigs in a year and reach that same sales goal. And so,
I don't see. The phone may not ring for 4 months, and if the phone don't ring for 4 months, I'm just gonna hold my breath until the phone do. Period. Point blank. I don't care how. If I tell somebody I have a gig for $200, I'll do your gig for 4 hours for $300, and I don't get a phone call for 4 months, I'm going fishing. And until such time, I'll talk to y'all later. That's it. Period. Point. Set your standards and don't make them. You go to a. I had a guy do a video. I had a guy do a set for $100 and a plate of food, and he didn't know like J-Rock and B-Love had, that they were paying to get into this place. Some 175 people walked into this facility, and he didn't know it. And he had to DJ for $100 for 5 hours, for almost 5 hours, for $100 and a plate of food. And I was just like, and he was pissed, and I'm like, so what happens now? Because he asked me to use some of my equipment. I was like, okay, no problem. And I was just kind of asking him, it's like, well, what happened to the, he said, afterwards, that 170 something people came in and he only got $100. And I'm like, well, how you feel about that? And he was just like, he kind of sucked his teeth and was just like, well, so on. And I got that. I got that irritation from like, I just feel like a donkey head. He didn't get paid the money he was worth. So I'm like, get your worth. Just get what you want. Get what you set a standard, and don't let nobody touch that standard. Very important.
Right.
We got a question from the chat box from DJ True Vision. Thanks for tuning in. The question is, how do you stand out in your community area as a DJ?
Is that to anyone in particular, or just anyone who would like
just
to
in general? Anybody want to take that question? DJ True Vision?
Well, I mean, one of the things that I do, I look at, for the first thing I do is if I mean, there's a lot of military members in here, so I'm gonna just put this in these kind of terms. But once I hit the ground, I need to look at my surroundings. I need to look at what's going on, what's my competition, what am I, and what services I'm going to try to offer. That's the first thing I want to do. What am I doing? What's going on around me? What's my competition doing? And what services am I going to offer? And then ask myself, how can I stand out and be unique? So I have to ask myself, what I can be. Everybody can be a DJ, but can you be an exceptional DJ? So what can I do to make myself? And I think that's something that you probably want to ask yourself. What can you do to make yourself stand out? What? Because everybody, if you go to do it, let's for example, if you go do a wedding and reception and you play good music and your lights are on point and they pay you and you get paid, that's what you're supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? So, what makes you stand out as somebody that they will remember, is what may say is the answer to your question. Well, he was a great hostess. He interacted with everybody. He played music and he was interacting at the same time, so on and so forth. Those are the things that that will allow you to, in the eyes of the client, to be remembered or to be unique or to make you stand out. And typically, I don't really say what can I do, but what can my client take with them so much that they'll be able to remember me again and again and again and again to make me, because it's pretty much, what the client sees is what makes you unique. It's something that they'll remember that they'll take with them, 10 years later. What, that damn DJ was really good. He did this and he did that. That was exceptional, far and beyond just being a regular DJ. So that's how I feel.
I think to Be Quiet's point, it's just certain fundamental things that I think that people forget to do sometimes. Be on time.
That's the best, the most important
be courteous. Know your craft. A lot of times, that's what people are going to remember. Yeah, you can figure out, okay, what separates me, if I get these type of lights, well, these people ain't got them lights, well, I got these lights, so that makes me stand out. Yeah, that happens, but sometimes it's simply just being professional and doing your job. I find a lot of times I go to do gigs, people they are enamored with the fact that I am so professional. And I'm like, it's second nature to me. It's almost uncomfortable for me to even say thank you. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But you never realize how much just little things like being on time and being punctual means to somebody, and that's something that would separate you from a lot of these other DJs out here. Being your appearance, making sure your appearance is on point. Just little things like that. I say just the fundamentals. A lot of times we forget about the fundamentals.
I agree with that. I was going to add to it. I think in this industry in particular, there is a great deal of entertainer that goes along with that. And it just kind of seems that even if we may be shy when we're not working, that when we are working, I would not say that the average DJ is shy. even if it's just a personality that they manifest. So for anyone that may be having a difficulty saying, like, what is it that separates me? Do I worry about how I dress? Do I worry about what gear I have? I would say if you have a reflective moment and think about what kind of things other people have experienced you as doing well, then those are things that you can use to differentiate yourself.
Right.
So, and I'll give just a short example. The majority of my experience professionally is in a corporate environment. So I understand to a greater degree what it means to offer a high-end service, to be intuitive with respect to what my client may want to have in addition to what they actually asked for. So we're good at that. We're very good at that. And we use that as a way to differentiate ourselves. So whatever you individually have experienced something good, people have experienced that as coming from you as something good, you can use that as a way to, get your swag right.
On the last topic on challenges we face as DJs, we got a couple of folks who just hopped on the panel, Mixwell Music, as well as DJ J Rock, Philly.
What up?
I want to pose.
What's good?
I want to pose this next question to you guys. In the world of DJing and doing gigs and being competitive, how do you guys? Question one is a two-part question. Have you experienced any haters or what I call keyboard thugs coming at you? And two, if yes, how did you deal with those?
I couldn't really hear you. Say it again.
The question is, have you experienced any issues with haters or keyboard thugs is what I call them, coming at you on the internet, social media, whatever? And if so, how did you deal with that? How do you deal with those situations?
Kill them with kindness.
Can you preface why you ask them for people that may not be familiar with who they are?
What?
Can you, because you referenced them specifically, and I was saying for people who don't know the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about trolls?
I'm sorry?
Were you talking about trolls?
Charles who?
They're called trolls, internet trolls.
Trolls, yeah, trolls, yeah. So how do you guys deal with that?
I kill them with kindness.
Sorry, I'm very new to this. I hope I'm doing this right, but yeah, I've been really lucky not to have dealt with anything like that in specific. But I would just ignore them. Just worry about your own business. Take care of what you got to do. Maybe take certain things. Don't take it to heart, but maybe certain things you could think about and say like, well, this guy or this woman is an idiot, for lack of a better term. But they bring up a good point by saying X, X, and X. But by the most part, never listen to anybody that's behind a keyboard. If they're not on a video like we're doing right now, having a conversation, and just like straight up coming out from behind hiding, they don't mean anything because they're afraid to put their face out there and explain what they want to say to anybody, if that makes any sense.
Okay, perfect.
I don't have enough haters. I want some more. So yeah, we can do that.
Bring them on.
So I guess the theme song is if you don't got no haters, you ain't really popping. And so, DK, I heard your work and I see your videos you post. So you popping, homie. I see you.
We working it.
Yep.
I think the biggest thing, lessons that we can learn from, recent experiences or any experiences at all is, at the end of the day, somebody's going to hate, somebody's going to throw stones, and if they're a hater, the issue is really with them. At the end of the day, if you can look at yourself in the mirror and you're doing everything with integrity, and you know where you standing on, and then they let them die in their own time. Let them die slow. I don't care.
Yeah. All right, we got Rudy. Go ahead, J Rock.
I like haters because they make you work harder.
Yeah.
They make you do a better job. You do a better job, they hate even more.
Exactly.
You can hate on me all you want. I don't care what you think of me. All I care about is take care of my family and make sure this boy's not put in his house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My mantra is tell me how it's looking. Tell me how it's looking.
Look,
I just gotta thank my haters because my haters actually got me jobs.
There you go. That's my point. That's my point exactly.
Hunt picked me up because of my haters. Because I got mad one day and I just said, you know what? All these people saying I can't DJ well. I went and I put a mix on and I played my heart out and I put it on SoundCloud. And what ended up happening is Hunt called me about a week later and said, hey man, can you play at this venue? I like your style, man. And I ended up getting jobs from it. So there you go. I love my haters.
Yeah, and we're coming close to our end time, but I want to reach out to Rudy Fisher. He's on the call. He's one of the admins of the Serato 101 group, and as an admin of a group with 5,000 people, and I know DJ J Rock. He's an admin and founder of a group with 13,000 people now. J Rock.
No, man, it's only like 2,000-3,000, like 2,300 or something like that.
Yeah, only 2,300.
Only.
And so I pose a question because I see you guys have to facilitate and squash, situations that be happening in your group, and so
yeah.
I know the BSI experience with a group of 40 people. I don't know how y'all do it with thousands of people.
Easy, you got to kick them off fast. I just kicked the guy off just now, running his mouth, being all reckless.
Mm-hmm.
No, we here to learn. We here to learn from each other. If you want to be the best, start your own group on who want to be the best.
Right.
We here to learn and get money. All that other stuff, man, throw it out the window. You want to be the best? Start your own group on. Hey, let's be the best.
Do shows, get money.
RJ Sims, do shows, get money.
That's right. Do shows, get money. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Don't get me wrong. We don't want to see nobody trash the art form, but at the same time, it's a business now. It's not like in the 70s where we were just trying to, be the best because it was a hobby. And we couldn't wait to do a party. We did the party for free. We spent our last dimes to get the little records and stuff to do the party for free because we just wanted to show our skill. Well, now it's a business.
Yes.
Ain't nobody got time for all that, man.
Yes.
Yep. And so one thing I want to say in closing out this topic is that respect is no such thing as instant respect. Instant professional, it takes work, it takes trial and error, and it's like it takes some courage and not being afraid to put yourself out there, and with you being willing to put yourself out there, shoot a YouTube video and watch the crazy comments you get. That's and that's my whole emphasis for the conversation is some of the feedback we've been getting on our YouTube videos, both good and bad. At the end of the day, it's a view count, so yeah, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, you got to look at you're in a broader field now. So when you're in a closed network of what you're like right now, we're in a closed network, but you put it on YouTube. So the closed network understands where you're coming from because we're all trying to accomplish one solid goal. Well, the people on the outside, you got hobbyists looking. You got wedding DJs. You got bar DJs. You got club DJs. You got all these different type faction of people that have their opinion on how they run their business. So you go have 1,000 different kind of reviews. This guy, he want to be the DMC champion, but you're talking about putting a wedding package together and how to do lighting. He don't have no interest in what you're talking about. So evidently his feedback is going to be totally different than somebody that's trying to learn how to get out here and get a successful business on his feet.
Indeed.
That's the best point that I've heard anybody say in a long time. people need to go to the certain groups. If, like he said, if you're DMC,
stay in their lane.
DMC all day. If you're
Yeah.
wedding all day. The groups are never going to understand each other, because like the DMC guys want to rock the party by scratching and blah blah blah, and the wedding guys going to be focused on order and playing music for everybody, not just because they want everybody to hear them scratch. There needs to be a separation, but at the same time some kind of unity. But they need to separate. Those guys don't have business interacting with each other in a negative way, only in a positive way.
Yeah.
It's funny because one of the things I recently got hit with was that that I was too old to be a part of an organization or a situation, and so I sat back and my initial response was to laugh, because the two people who had approached me was my age or older. And so, I just had to laugh. But at the same time, it made me think. It's like, when I'm interacting with other DJs, whether they're younger than me or older than me, I keep, respect at the forefront of my mind. It's like, I give respect and I show respect. I don't care how much gear you got, how long you've been DJing. It's like, until you give me a reason not to respect you, I'm gonna greet you with love and respect. And in my local DJ community, I can honestly say is that it's some great DJs in my area, between Baltimore and DC, and it's like it's an honor to be in such a community of talented DJs, and at the same time, it's been fun for my wife, DJ B Love, and I to start our DJ business, just 3 years ago, and be running with the big dogs, so to speak. But it's all about respect and just really, I think if you keep that negative energy to the side, it's a lot of opportunities and money to be made just in networking, like with this group. It's a lot of opportunities for networking and exposure.
I call a cafe. I call that $1 billion business that has no bank account. It's a business. It generates so much money. It puts money in people's pockets that haven't been DJing forever. Like it's guys that stopped DJing 15 years ago, and they just went to work because they couldn't get no money. They couldn't, they thought that they were irrelevant. Now you made a network where you can get with like-minded people, and they can see your positive points, and they could actually put you to work. Now it's guys working and talk about something they can't handle their workload, where they thought they were no more good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you get with people, it's a lot of people like myself, and you got the Ty Chappelles, and then the guys out there that have the little groups of 9 to 10 or more DJs that they put together, and they work together, go out money. As soon as they see that okay, this guy could be on time, he can start you with that 60th birthday party. Oh man, he did a good job. He might get on this $1,200 wedding, maybe. Let's see. It comes. All you got to do is put your name, put yourself out there. Act like you got some sense, and people will take notice.
Exactly.
I agree, because that's how I got my first DJ gig. I was sitting in a bar. I got sauced up. I figured out who the manager was. Popped that piece of doublemint in that mouth. Get ready to take a breath. Talk that talk, baby. Talk that talk. And now wedding season is over. And B Love will slide up in anywhere. I will be on the playground. The little monkey. Y'all, we trying to get speed bumps on our roads. I'm supposed to be a community activist down there talking to the people from Public Works while I'm down there organizing a block party.
Hey, it's
B-Love said double mint, man. Took me back to the 90s right there.
Man, pop that double mint real quick. Get that minty. Because when you talking to people, when you say H words, the breath travels. So you want it to be when you say any H words. So.
Yep. right, everybody, we reached our time. The next meeting is going to be 2 weeks from today. In the meantime, I need all of you talented DJs to hit the studio, hit the lab, and record at least a 15-minute mix of anything you want to mix for the Empower Radio.
Hey, you can even get your PD from WOL on if you want to. Your PD Green, talking your joints in, and all that. It's all good. Get your feet wet. Get the practice. It's not always about a party. You know, it's not always.
We be down there. We be down there Sunday too. We going to Salisbury, Maryland.
Oh,
we got a chapter down there. So yeah, we got a chapter down there. So we be down there Sunday.
That's like 2 hours from us. We might slide through a birthday party.
That's about the same. That's about the same as mine. Mine is about 2.5. Yeah.
Yep. But definitely, I want everybody. Make sure y'all check out mPowerDJs.com. Check out the online radio network. Record your mixes. If you're not in the Empower group, hit on the chat box on this panel. There's a chat box up on the top left-hand corner. Give me your email address. I'll add you to the Facebook group, Empower DJs. And for everybody that's tuning in from the mPowerDJs.com, thank you for your questions in the chat box.
Thank you.
And definitely, if you want, feel free to add me on Facebook, Jimmy J. Rock Reed, and I'll get you added to the Empower DJ group. We're gonna grow this thing, and we're gonna try to just network with as many dope groups as possible, like the International DJ Cafe and Serato 101, and just really spread the love and spread the knowledge.
Who got a Halloween kid? Who got a Halloween kid?
Don't say dope again.
Dope.
Do anybody have any suggestions for the next meeting, or who want to be on the panel for the next meeting? Anybody online or anybody else?
Now you know you didn't do it right. You gotta say, is there one?
Is there anyone?
Deacon, be quiet.
Is there anyone? Is there no one?
But definitely think about what y'all want to talk about on the next meeting. We'll go ahead and get that agenda set up. In the meantime, we're going to schedule a call before the next meeting just to get everybody set up who want to broadcast live and spin live from their studios. And also, DJ Beloved and I will build on a portable broadcast rig. So we're going to crash some of y'all parties and crash one of those DJ Cafe meetups and broadcast live from it. If it's okay with the man, the General J Rock out of Philly.
Let's go. Come on down. I got you.
And one
down.
One last announcement.
How far is Philly from Indianapolis?
That's about 9 hours.
We get a party bus, we'll just party all the way there.
Hey, that's what the internet for. Put you there live via satellite.
Hey, DJ, be quiet. There's always Uber.
Hey, I like to get that account.
I'm going to send you my account number.
Hey, look.
Yeah, I like to get that one.
Look like you back driving in your 2006. They're going to send one of them little teeny tiny Finding Nemo looking cars for you, though.
I'm going to pose one last question for y'all to sleep on. What do you guys think about Empower DJs having its own commercial office space in different areas for meetings and classes and trainings? Think about that.
Think about it.
Yeah, cut the check for that. That needs some money behind it.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to find out. I mean, if I could just throw this little tidbit in there, this little 2 cents, find out like, was we gonna still hold a Empower event. So that we can get everybody together. You know, maybe 3 across the state, East, Midwest, and West. Something for everybody to. I mean, I don't know. That's something I just wanted to talk about. I mean, throw out there and see what I thought about that. That's something that was on my.
Yeah, that was supposed to be me, him, and K Solo, right?
Yeah, as far as doing Empower events, we definitely want to do that. We want to, and our goal is to get with members from the different areas and throw one in Indianapolis, throw one in Philly, throw one in Colorado, and one here on the. So as far as the event goes, if you want to be a part of the event conversation, go to the Empower group. I'm gonna start a comment. I'm gonna start a post there, and from there, you know, we can go ahead and start having the serious conversation because it's time to throw that first party. Our one-year anniversary is coming up. You know, that anniversary coming up, baby.
Hey.
People, yes.
And with the 1-year anniversary coming up, I want to say that all the people that was with us on day 1 is still with us today.
Where you at? Where they at? Where you sing? When we was recording in the shower.
So, but real talk, the next meeting 2 weeks from today, let's hop in the group. We can have conversation there. And one of many people I want to shout out real quick. I want to shout out DJ Rudy Fisher for the Empower DJs graphic that he created and all the dope artwork he's been doing.
Nice.
So we really appreciate that. I want to shout out Be Quiet, J. Rock.
He said that's
I Rule. I love all the Empower members, man.
Take it back to Rock.
That sounds like your anniversary speech.
We definitely about to get it in. And one last thing, in the chat room, PJ Red saying it's time for Empower hoodies and T-shirts.
Hey, I think we're talking about that.
Yep. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
And be sure to add me on Facebook if you're not already my Facebook friend. I'm Jimmy J. Rock Reed, and I add you to the group. Send me a message. I got you. Good night, everybody.
Yo, Dre.
Yo.
Dre. Andre Sims.
Be quiet.
Hey, do you are you familiar with you in Colorado, right?
No, hell no.